Are you looking to transform your home, which includes little kids and all the stuff that goes alongside them, in just 30 days? Well, in this video, I'm going to introduce you to Julie's Decluttering Pyramid, which is going to help you, specifically the mamas out there and the people with kids that need to organize their home, but they have little people that they have to consider too. If you want to transform your home in just 30 days, then keep watching. Hello, my name is Julie from The Organized Mom, and I make videos all about decluttering, simplifying your life, minimalism, motherhood, parenting, mindset, all that good stuff. So make sure that if you are interested in any of these topics to help improve your life, live more of that clutter-free sanctuary lifestyle, then go ahead and subscribe, click the thumbs up button and the notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. Make sure to download my free 3-day mini course all about taking charge of your life and organizing your home in just 3 days. And don't forget to sign up to the Organized Mom waitlist, because that is my signature course where we can dive super deep into habits and routines and ways that can really improve your life permanently. All right, let's talk about the pyramid and how we can get your life transformed in 30 days. So if you've been around here a little bit, you know that I love me some Marie Kondo. I absolutely devoured those books when I first discovered them. And actually that was right around the time that my son was probably about 6 months old. So I was already in that motherhood framework. And I was thinking about it the other day that we don't have a specific framework or decluttering pyramid just for moms, and so I wanted to create one based on what I have done in our home, and I want to explain why I recommend the steps to go as they do. Just like with Marie Kondo, she talks about decluttering clothes and then books and then what she kind of calls miscellaneous things and then paper clutter, and at the top of that pyramid is sentimental items. And there's a very specific reason why she does it that way, and I'm going to explain how this transfers to us as moms. So what I recommend is that, again, just like Marie Kondo, you start to declutter clothes, because this category is typically the easiest for people. It's one that you can kind of get your head around. It's visually very appealing to have those big garbage bags ready to go. So step one is to declutter your clothes and to declutter your kids' clothes, because obviously this is the mommy edition, right? This is going to give you confidence because you undoubtedly have some clothes in your closet that you are not wearing, that no longer fit you, perhaps are not in great condition. And if you've watched any of my previous videos, I talk about the DMD method, which stands for the definitelys, the maybes, and the donates. And you can easily apply this to clothing, which will help you to really understand the framework. So what I always recommend is that you have all your clothes out there for yourself to really see and assess what kind of space you're dealing with. You select the definitelys, the things that you absolutely need and love and really bring you joy. You have a different category for the maybes that only get to stay if there's actual space for them. And then usually the donates are also kind of obvious, things that you haven't worn in at least a year, if not longer, things that no longer fit you. Perhaps if you are a mom, things that fit you before pregnancy but don't fit you now. Maybe your style has changed because it's been a while since you decluttered things. And you're going to do the same method with your kids' clothes. Now, I know that there is a tendency to want to keep all those cute baby clothes, and we can get to that under the sentimental items, but try and just be as practical as possible. If you need to keep some really endearing things, by all means do that, but clothes that they have stained, that have holes in them, that they clearly have outgrown, that you're not planning to use. Or what I like to do is, if I have someone in mind who's going to have a baby, it makes it a lot easier for me to be able to give away those clothes, because I know that they're going somewhere worthwhile versus just like ending up in a landfill. I can't bring myself to just like chuck them in the bin, you know what I mean? So that might help you also to declutter your kids' clothes. Obviously you can use this method just for your kids' things, but this is a 30-day decluttering challenge, so you kind of want to declutter the whole house. And I know 30 days sounds kind of quick, but a month is a long time if you are taking consistent action every day. So what you're going to do is you're going to go through your clothes kids' clothes, your clothes, husband's clothes, whatever you can manage. And once that category is over, you're going to move on to step 2. So step 2, just like with Marie Kondo, are books, but obviously we're going to include your kids' books. It all depends on your family situation, how many children you're planning to have, but even me with multiple kids, I have 2 kids and I'm about to have a 3rd one, you know, we still had too many books. A little baby doesn't need, 20 different kinds of options. If anything, you're buying those books because you as the parent get bored of reading to them. They just need a few basics. I would say for like a baby under 1 or even under 2, 5 good classic books are gonna be perfect for them. If you want me to do a video on my favorite kids books, let me know in the comments down below. But really, you need far less than you need, and people love to gift books. They're a great gift to give and receive. So you probably are gonna have a lot of books entering your kids' lives as they grow. And obviously there are things like libraries, which are really helpful. You will probably be having a lot of books kind of rotating through your life. And the way that I see it is that you read a book for a season and then you maybe pass it on to a neighbor, maybe they give you some of theirs. I don't think you'll ever be lacking for books. So don't feel like when you're giving away books that your kids just have shown no interest in, or that are really tattered, those perhaps need to be recycled, that you're doing something terrible. You're not. You're making space and room for yourself to breathe, for your kids to feel less overwhelmed, and potentially for new books to enter into your home if and when your kids are ready. The other thing is that they do grow out of the books, as I said, so if you don't have younger kids coming down the line, you really don't need to keep a million baby books. So then the next big category are kids' toys. Oh yeah. So this is a tricky one because I don't know about you, but a lot of the toys that we have, we've actually been gifted by people. And so there's always this element of, ooh, can I throw this out or give this away because, it was a gift. But here's the thing, and this is something that Marie Kondo talks about a lot too, is that you need to thank the thing that comes into your life, but you don't have to hold on to it if it is not serving you. You have to understand that the person is giving you this gift out of, a good spirit, but it doesn't mean that you have to love it. So if it's not something that is working in your home, I'm giving you permission to give yourself permission to let it go, because it's probably going to cause you so much more angst and stress to look after toys, store them. They come with little pieces. A great way to start the cycle of toys and donations is to get your kids involved. And for me, I thought, oh, there's no way they're gonna let go of any of these toys. And so I've done a combination of, when they were very little, I would just, make the executive decision as their mom to donate certain toys that I knew they weren't playing with, that they'd either outgrown or it's just they weren't interested in. Because for me, having that space, having that clutter-free room for them, having that feeling that they can just pick and choose the toys that they really enjoy and not feel overwhelmed, and an amount of toys that I personally can handle to look after and clean up at the end of the day, that to me is more important than keeping every single toy that we've ever received. As they get older though, they are able to start to actually understand the concept of, oh, I got some new toys for my birthday, perhaps now I can let go of some ones that no longer serve me. And you'd be surprised that through continuous practice with this, your children will actually start to freely donate toys to other kids. And that's kind of exciting. They can even nominate who they might want to give the toys to, or you can send it to an organization of your choice. And it's a really good practice to get into, because I think with holding on to things, we have this tendency as human beings to hoard things. We feel afraid from evolutionary days that if you give away something, you're not going to have it back. And we live in a world of true abundance, and even on a basic level, true abundance when it comes to Amazon and cheap toys, and you could always get that stuff back if you really wanted to. I promise you, you're not going to want to. But the great thing about decluttering toys is that they make a massive visual impact really, really dramatically to your home. And so that gives you confidence. It keeps on spurring you on to keep decluttering. So if you're, say, halfway through this challenge now, you're into like day 10 and now you've gone through all the toys, you're feeling like, wow, look at all these garbage bags full of toys. Look at how I can, quote unquote, bless someone else with these toys, other children that are not as fortunate as mine. It's a great feeling, and it's such an important lesson to teach your kids. Don't think think that your kids are going to be lacking for anything or neglected because you're giving away toys. It really heightens the toys that they do have, and they play with them, and you can focus on quality toys that are gonna last a long, long time. So make sure that you're not missing this step. In my Organized Mom course, I have a whole bonus all about the toys that I like for my kids as an occupational therapist, and the reasons why I decide to keep these toys in my home. So make sure that you check out that waitlist so that when the Organized Mom goes live, you're the first to hear about it. Okay, so now we're moving on to equipment. You could call it baby gear, you could call it furniture, anything that is kind of bulkier that goes into this category. If you have the bandwidth, you can separate these items into things that you could potentially sell. I have gone both ways. It really depends on how much energy I have. If it's something that I feel like really I would be able to sell it, it's in good condition, there's a market for it, you know, I can use Facebook Marketplace or something like that, then fine, I will maybe go to the trouble of taking pictures and selling something. But obviously you're never going to get back the same amount of money that you invested in something, and maybe it's just time to bless someone else with something that you bought. A big ticket item like a couch or some kind of electronic thing, you want to definitely look into reselling it. Amazon also has really good marketplaces that you can send back your items and they will resell them. You're not going to get a ton of money back, but you might get a little bit back. So that's a great way to do it. But this is now where you have maybe an old baby swing, or maybe it's time to declutter the crib and move to a big boy bed, or whatever it is. This is what you're gonna start focusing on. You might need help from your partner to like move these things out of your home, but it is time to let go, especially if you're no longer in that baby phase and you're not intending to have more children. You got to get rid of the travel crib, the high chair, the carrier, all this kind of stuff, and you're gonna feel so much lighter once you do that. So that is step 4. All right, now we're moving into the little more sneaky clutter, and step 5 is paper clutter. I did a whole video all about paper clutter and how I keep it out of my home and keep it under control, so I will put that video up here somewhere and you can go and watch that in a lot more detail. But paper clutter is something that Marie Kondo also leaves for kind of towards the end of your decluttering once over, because it is something that obviously weighs on people but doesn't make as much of a dramatic impression as kind of getting rid of furniture and baby things and toys. But it is super important to stay organized. I like to use an accordion file that really just limits how much paper clutter we keep, and I try and go over this over every year or so that we are staying up to date with our documents and getting rid of and shredding the things that are old. Then the kicker, step number 6, is sentimental clutter. And I have purposely left this one for last because I feel like you have to build up your decluttering muscle in order to face the things that actually cause emotions. And that's what I said in the beginning with clothes, or even like very sweet little toys or something like that that have sentimental value to you as a mom. It's going to be definitely harder to declutter these items. Here's the thing, I've heard of people whose parents have kept everything for them, and then a parent passes away or something, and either they have to go and sort out all this stuff from years and years of like elementary school and artwork and teddy bears and clothes and stuff that really could have been serving somebody else more age appropriately 15-20 years ago, or they're in a situation where the remaining parent or someone is saying, what do you want me to do with this stuff? You don't live at home, like, do you want me to send it to you? And it's not even worth like shipping it or paying for that, and they're just like, no, just get rid of it, just toss it. And it seems kind of like, who had the attachment to the stuff? Was it the child or was it the parent? Why are you keeping a lot of these things? So here's the thing, I'm not a robot. I do have a heart and a soul, and I have kept some of the most tender things to me regarding my children, and things that potentially they would want, but I'm not even attached to that idea. If you're looking for a way to keep mementos from childhood in an organized, minimalized way, definitely check out this video on memory books that I created for each of my kids, and I plan to create for this third baby, because that has pictures of their ultrasounds, that has like their first haircut certificate, things that you can put in a book, right? But obviously not everything is flat and 2D. There are things that you might want to keep. So for me, I have a tiny little bag that has their going home from the hospital outfits, because I'm not really ready to let it go, but perhaps, you know, if a close family member has a baby or something, once my children are older and the timing works out, I would give it to them, because I don't know if any of them would want their baby onesie from when they left the hospital. It's hard to say. That's another thing, is that you can take pictures of your sentimental items, put them on your phone, maybe in a little folder, and that way you can kind of keep a memory, a digital memory of them that doesn't clutter up your home. Think about how you can bless someone else with those clothes and baby accessories, because really, what are you holding on to? You're holding on to the memory of your child as a baby, not necessarily the specific outfit. I just know for me that it's much easier for me to let go of sentimental items if I know they are going to a better place or somewhere where someone can actually use them, and that really helps me. And then also having a small bag, and that is it, that is all that can go in there, helps me to continuously reevaluate what really gets to stay in there. I talk a lot about real estate with decluttering, like items can only stay if there's real space for them. They have to earn their place, because at the end of the day, this whole thing is about not having stuff overtake your world and stuff make you feel overwhelmed. That is not the point. When the stuff is controlling you and not the other way around, it is time, girlfriend, to make a change. Okay, so that is my decluttering pyramid for moms. Let me know what you think. A lot of these things you can apply to any part of your home, but I definitely think you could get this all done in 30 days. That being said, depending on the state of your home and what your goals are for your home, you might want to repeat this 30-day decluttering pyramid in 6 months' time, or in a year, or before you move. Really about a process that you are starting, a habit that you are creating, a lifestyle that you are curating for your family, where decluttering and just being very intentional about the items that get to stay in your home is just the norm for you. It's no longer just opening a closet, stuffing things in and forgetting about it. It's actually facing these things, and you're gonna feel so much lighter because of it. I promise you. So if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and subscribe, click the notification bell, give this video a big thumbs up, and remember to share it with someone who might find it helpful as well. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. Check out all the free resources, and make sure you get your name on the Organized Mom waitlist for when we launch. Let me know what other videos you would like me to do. I have a lot of mom content, decluttering, organization coming up on this channel, so stick around, and I will see you soon. Bye.